Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Fresh set it down to the offense, first down. Takes the handoff. It's Allen.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Getting set. There's second down. Looking downfield. It's Barnett. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now we've got a fourth down.
Choosing to return the punt. The returner is brought down. It's a start for the next drive. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Defense not pressing this time. Now they're going to draw play. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
Has the first down still on the move. Breaking free at the 35. To be muscled out of bounds very close to the goal line.
I can't believe the defense kept him out of the end zone. Once this quarterback gets out in the open field, he's basically like a running back. He has that kind of skill set. I thought he was going to take it to the house.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
And off inside, looking for the touchdown. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Nice job by this defense on that second down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
3rd and goal, looking to throw for it. And is intercepted. Across midfield. Out past the 30. Inside the 10. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Orangemen. And the interception taken to the house. A big 6 potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. They bring him down, but that's good work by the return team. He found the lane, and so this drive's going to start with decent field position. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick 6, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. He'll hand it off. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out and fun and gun and attacking downfield. I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a 1st down on the ground, relying on an offensive line and their running back.
On 1st down, why not keep it on the ground? And the freshman brings him down quickly.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Scanning the field. It's Lagway. The pocket breaking down. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble. The Gators will crank up the tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Grab down the middle. It's Daniels. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a 1st down.
Good job here by this offense coming up with his 1st down on that 3rd down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Fresh coverage now from these DBs. On 1st down, they'll keep their running game churning. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And they make the stop to get the ball carrier down. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a 4th down now.
Yeah, I really like the idea on 3rd down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down. Sometimes that can work out. But the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
And this one is right through. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he's out of bounds at the 25, right where he would have been if he'd just taken a knee. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Back to throw. It's Barnett. Quick throw over the middle. And he pulls in the catch. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down. Syracuse lines up quickly. First down. They're going to throw the football. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. Syracuse has moved into the red zone. It's an out route. The catch made. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position. The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. Now here comes the point after attempt.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. He'll be tackled at the 21. That's good work by the coverage team. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Difficult to win games kicking field goals. To cut into this lead, they got to find the end zone. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Breaking free at the 35. They finally get him down, but that is a huge play. Quarterback doing it with his legs.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
He's running out of time here. Short connection to the tight end here. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. Here's the second down play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. It's third down for the offense. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down in this third and short. See what you can do from here.
So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Dropping back. It's Lagway. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Oh, how I love when this happens. The big dog up front is working hard and snatched his opportunity. Good for him.
So the Syracuse offense has back out onto the field. Offense protecting the lead here, but they've been playing so well. Let's see if they go for more before halftime.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Receiver in motion now. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Gadsden. They stop him, but it's a first down. Syracuse lines up quickly. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And they heave it deep downfield. The pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. That play makes it 2nd and 10. The tight end goes in motion before the snap. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Quick completion to the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The quarterback finally gets the job done. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
The timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. The attempt is no good. Off the miss, it's still an 11-point lead.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
He decides to keep it here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Receiver makes the catch. Uses the stiff arm and gets past the mark before being taken down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. On the run here, taking a deep shot. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. So 2nd down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. On the run here. Lets it go. Catch made by the tight end. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. More than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also...
There's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now he's executing. We're only in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Bringing it out, it's Haynes. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. It's a shotgun run call. Oh, there's the stiff arm. And they get him down on what will be the final play of this first half. Minna's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Syracuse will kick it off to get the second half underway. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, and a touchback would have been a better idea. The Gators offense retakes the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Grab down the middle. It's Wilson. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
And the single back takes the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Dropping back. It's Lagway. Short throw complete to the tight end.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Haynes. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. That completion makes it 2nd and medium.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route. You'd prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
That run picks up 1st down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Can he take it all the way? Inside the 10. Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Gators. And a pick 6. A monster play by this defense here.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Returner decides to fair catch this. So the Syracuse offense heads back out of the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. Looking to throw. It's Barnett. He's moving out of the pocket now. Slides down to avoid the tackle. Syracuse lines up quickly.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. It's a quick grab. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10.
You know, on 3rd down, the key to me is the offensive line, the pass protection, because you know that you're going to throw and the defense knows that you're going to throw. It's a matter of can you protect your quarterback and give him the time, and then can the receivers win on the outside? They're able to do that, move those sticks. It's a 1st down.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Well, his quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
He's got room looking for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch. And this defense just unable to corral him.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. The shotgun handoff here. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. To the air, it's Barnett. Catch hauled in here over the middle. The gain is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40. Three guys up front lined up. It's first down.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
That's going to be incomplete. A first down drop here in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Second down coming up. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
And he'll drop back here on third down. The pass rush closing in. So the scramble comes up short, and now this offense facing a fourth down play.
This is a nice job here by this defense on third down. They take away all the options downfield, and they recognize the quarterback scramble. He almost comes up with his first down, but they keep him short to set up this fourth down.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it for a big gain. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Chris, here on fourth down, I thought they might be a little bit more conservative, but give them credit. They take a shot downfield and hit it for the first down and much, much more.
Running through the tackle.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think they're going to run, maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Close to the tight end. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. Short return tackle at the 21, but that's a huge takeaway for this defense.
Boy, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Looking to throw. It's Lagway. Pressure is coming. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. Second down after the incompletion. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. It's caught downfield. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42. The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. And the single back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That pass is hauled in over the middle. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
He'll hand it off. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Important third down play coming up.
Let's go.
Can he make it to the marker? Finding space at the 20. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Gators. He just breaks away and takes it to the house from distance. That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house, but he does. That's next level speed.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the fourth. Now they get set to kick it away. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Down he goes, a sack. Syracuse lines up quickly.
Man, how about the job by this defense? I mean, we really expected this offense to be able to come into this game, put up big yards and a lot of points, and here we are in the fourth quarter. Collectively, they don't even have 200 yards total offense, and they just seem to be out of sync. Give all the credit to the defensive coordinator and those defensive players and the way they're putting this pressure on this quarterback and this offense.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Back to pass. It's Barnett. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. No huddle now for the offense.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line. Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Using his legs on the scram. And the ball to the ground. And the ball will bounce out of bounds, so they avoid the turnover.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So 2 big plays in a row. The defense is reeling here. Now it's 1st and goal. They're going to run the option. He'll toss it to the back. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Orangemen. Let's see if they can convert the point after. And the PAT makes it a 10-point deficit, 31-21. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. That's strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They'll tackle him out across the 20. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Press coverage now from the secondary. Can he get there on the ground? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
The Gators will send the punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. They need a yard here on 4th down to keep this drive alive. And they'll give it to the back. Finds room at the 30. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
Well, they roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down, late in the game with the lead, and they get it. Good job by the offensive line. The running back knew exactly where to go, and this one may be out of reach.
It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The back's got it. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Looking downfield. It's Lagway. Makes a quick grab. Runs through the defender. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The Gators will come to the line on 4th down, looking to convert. Trying for a 4th down completion. He's got it. Enough for a first down. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
That's a pretty good job here by the defense, really, on this 4th down. They took away all his intended receivers. He just checks that down as a last-ditch effort. Give credit to the back for picking up that first down.
The Gators looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. And the runner takes off to his right. Refusing to be brought down before gaining first down yardage. And the long drive continues. The offense just grinding away here. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Florida. Spot in the natty at stake. This defense is being shredded. Kurt, what can they do differently to stop this guy?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I would just keep trying to come up with double coverage or blitzing, something to try to slow down not just the receiver, but got to pressure the quarterback. But right now, the receiver's just in a zone. Sometimes you get into that spot, and it's so hard to get you out of it. I know if I were this quarterback, keep throwing him the rock.
And they tack on the extra point. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Fielded in the end zone. It's Haynes. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering where was that earlier in this football game.
This is what's so dangerous about this offense, Chris. They have the ability to put the ball in the air downfield and really stretch those safeties back. This time they hit it for a big game.
Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.